Your dreams aren't random mental activity or just meaningless flickers of your mind during sleep. They are much more profound than that, tapping into the deepest layers of your subconscious. Your dreams are sophisticated messages, quantum transmissions that carry encrypted data about your personal reality, the trajectory of your life, and the evolution of your consciousness. These signals carry valuable information that your waking mind isn't equipped to directly access, but they hold the key to understanding the more complex aspects of your existence. While you sleep, your conscious mind takes a back seat, and your subconscious mind goes to work, broadcasting information in symbolic language. This isn't merely your brain sifting through the day's events or simply creating stories while you're unconscious. No, this is your subconscious tapping into quantum frequencies, where it can connect with a larger universal field that holds all potential knowledge, past, present, and future. Your subconscious has direct access to the unified field, the quantum realm where all possibilities exist simultaneously, and your dreams are the bridge that translates these signals into symbolic messages that your waking mind can try to comprehend. However, most people fail to realize the significance of their dreams and dismiss them as nothing more than fragments of a chaotic mind. These transmissions aren't understood by most because they're encrypted with symbolism and layered meaning that can't be directly interpreted by the conscious mind. As a result, many people spend their lives ignoring one of the most crucial communication channels available to them. And this is the critical moment. Your dreams have become more vivid, more intense, and more impactful lately, haven't they? They feel different from ordinary dreams, almost as if they're trying to convey something important to you. These aren't just your imagination creating fictional stories while you sleep. They are quantum transmissions, signaling to you information about reality that can change your life trajectory. Recently, you've probably experienced dreams that seem to know things about you that you haven't consciously processed. Dreams where you receive information that seems impossible to know, like visions of events that haven't yet occurred, or encounters with aspects of yourself you didn't realize existed. These dreams leave you with a certainty, an unwavering knowing about something, even though you can't quite explain how you know it. These are not coincidences or figments of your imagination. They are real transmissions, carefully encrypted and designed to guide you on your path, whether you realize it or not. Your subconscious has always been transmitting, but the difference now is that your conscious mind has evolved enough to begin decoding these transmissions. Before, the messages were too advanced for your waking mind to understand, like trying to run complex software on outdated hardware. But something has shifted recently in your consciousness, and suddenly your mind is capable of processing these complex quantum signals. The transmissions themselves haven't changed, but your ability to receive and decode them has. Your subconscious is constantly transmitting, not just during sleep, but at all times. Yet, the only time these transmissions can break through the noise of your waking consciousness is during dreams. When your conscious mind lets go of its control, that's when the subconscious is free to broadcast its messages. Recently, your dreams have become more specific, more frequent, and more vivid. You might be noticing recurring symbols, repeated themes, or persistent scenarios that keep appearing in slightly different forms. This is no coincidence. Your subconscious is trying to convey something urgent to you. These messages are not random. They contain critical information that can help you alter your life's trajectory. Your subconscious is aware that you are now capable of decoding these transmissions, so it is sending more signals with greater frequency and clarity. The more you decode, the clearer the messages will become, and the more information will be made available to you. You might be wondering why it's so crucial that you decode your dreams now. Here's the answer. Once you begin to truly listen and understand these symbolic messages, the quantum field will respond. As you begin to decipher the information, your ability to receive even clearer messages will increase. This creates a feedback loop, a kind of relationship between you and your subconscious, where the more you pay attention, the more the field will amplify the signals. This is your gateway to a much deeper understanding of reality and your own consciousness. The more you decode your dreams, the more accessible information becomes. Your access to quantum data will expand exponentially, allowing you to navigate your life with greater clarity and insight. Many people dismiss their dreams as meaningless because they try to interpret them literally. For example, if you dream of falling, you might assume it means you're afraid of falling. If you dream of being chased, it might be interpreted as running from something. If you dream of flying, you might think it means you desire freedom. But this literal approach misses the true depth of what dreams are trying to communicate. Dreams speak to you in symbolic language, not in direct, logical statements. They resonate with your subconscious in metaphor, offering multi-layered meanings that point to truths too complex for linear language to express. Your subconscious doesn't speak in simple words, it speaks in quantum poetry. Understanding dreams requires moving beyond the surface and recognizing the deeper resonance beneath the symbols. What you've been experiencing lately, vivid, memorable, sometimes even inexplicable dreams, is proof that your subconscious is transmitting quantum-level information. And you're finally at a point where your conscious mind is ready to decode these messages and integrate them into your waking life. Dreams of precognition, where you see future events before they manifest, are a clear sign of this new level of awareness. Perhaps you've had a dream where you had a conversation with someone you haven't seen in years, only for them to contact you the very next day. Or you dream of a specific situation at work, and then it unfolds exactly as you saw it. These are not just coincidences or lucky guesses. They're your subconscious accessing future probability waves and showing you which timeline is most likely to unfold. In addition to precognitive dreams, you may have experienced instances where your dreams provided information that you couldn't logically have known. You might wake up with a sudden knowing about a solution to a problem you've been struggling with, or a deep understanding of a concept you've never studied. Even though you have no idea how you know this information, you later verify it, and it proves to be accurate. This is your subconscious tapping into the quantum information field, where all knowledge exists as potential, and it's downloading specific data that you need for your evolution. Your subconscious is accessing this vast sea of information to help you move forward on your path. You may also have noticed recurring symbols in your dreams, certain objects, numbers, colors, or scenarios that keep appearing in different dreams. Your conscious mind may try to dismiss these as random, but they persist, and they are highly meaningful. These recurring elements are not random at all. They are intentional markers placed in your dreams by your subconscious. These symbols are being used as anchor points, guiding you toward a deeper understanding of the information being communicated. By recognizing these recurring symbols, you are tuning into a deeper frequency and receiving messages from your subconscious that are vital for your growth. Lucid dreaming is another phenomenon you may have experienced, where you become aware that you are dreaming while still in the dream. In these states, you may have realized that you can interact with the dream environment consciously. You might ask questions and receive answers, explore beyond the normal boundaries of the dream, or even consciously direct the dream. These lucid states are not accidents. They are an indication that your consciousness is learning to bridge the gap between waking and dreaming awareness. This ability is crucial for developing a deeper understanding of the quantum realm and consciously navigating it. In addition to lucid dreaming, you may have had dreams that feel like memories of events that never happened in your waking life, but feel absolutely real, complete with emotional weight and sensory detail. These dreams aren't false memories or the result of an overactive imagination. They are your consciousness accessing parallel timelines, alternate versions of your life where different choices led to different outcomes. These dreams allow you to explore roads not taken, giving you a broader understanding of your own life trajectory by contrasting your current path with possible alternative realities. Meeting alternate versions of yourself in your dreams is another sign that your subconscious is working on a deeper level. You may encounter younger versions of yourself, older versions, or even yourself with completely different personality traits or life circumstances. These encounters often involve receiving advice, warnings, or information from these alternate selves. These dreams are your subconscious, using the dream state to create communication between different aspects of your consciousness that would otherwise be unable to interact directly. These meetings are actual exchanges of information between parts of yourself that exist at quantum frequencies, but appear separate in the symbolic dream world. Some of your dreams may have even continued across multiple nights, not just recurring themes, but actual continuity in the narrative. These serialized dreams pick up where the last one left off, much like episodes in a series. Sometimes, weeks or even months pass between these dream episodes, but when the dream resumes, you remember the earlier installments with clarity. This continuity suggests that your subconscious is delivering complex information over time, breaking it down into manageable pieces so that you can process it gradually. This approach is necessary when the information is too complex to convey all at once, and it shows that your subconscious is working on delivering a comprehensive message. Perhaps the most profound dreams are the healing dreams, the ones where you experience resolution of emotional wounds, forgiveness of past hurts, and the release of traumas that have haunted you for years. These dreams offer deep healing that conscious processing might not be able to achieve. In these dreams, your subconscious taps into the quantum field where transformation can occur at a causal level, not just at a superficial, symptomatic level. These healing dreams reorganize your consciousness at a frequency where deep and lasting transformation becomes possible. Every single dream you've ever had has been a communication from your subconscious, an encrypted transmission filled with valuable data about your life and your evolution. Your dream history is an archive of messages waiting for you to decode. The nightmares you've experienced throughout your life weren't random, fear-inducing experiences. They were urgent messages, broadcasts about patterns and trajectories that would lead you astray if not addressed. The more terrifying the nightmare, the more urgent the warning. Your subconscious uses fear as a tool to amplify important messages and make sure they break through the barriers of your waking consciousness. The recurring dreams, the same house, the same scenario, the same quest, they are all pieces of a larger puzzle, and they're trying to guide you toward greater awareness and understanding. Dreams have often been misunderstood as mere byproducts of random neural firing or brain activity during sleep. People have often dismissed their dreams as insignificant, irrelevant, or just the mind's attempt to process the events of the day. However, what if I told you that dreams are actually much more than just brain noise? They are, in fact, powerful transmissions from your subconscious, designed to communicate essential information about your life, your emotional state, and the deeper patterns of your consciousness. These transmissions carry encrypted messages that, when decoded properly, can provide you with profound insights into your life's trajectory and consciousness evolution. The recurring dreams, the mundane dreams, and even the ones you've forgotten right upon waking, none of them are random or meaningless. These are persistent broadcasts from your subconscious about unresolved aspects of your inner world, about patterns that need your attention, and lessons that are waiting to be integrated. In fact, the recurrence of these dreams is not a coincidence, but a clear message from your subconscious, signaling that the information it is trying to transmit is vital for your growth. If you've had dreams that keep coming back in different forms or that seem to revisit the same themes, know that your subconscious is saying, "This is important enough that I will keep sending these signals until you decode and address what is being shown." Even the seemingly mundane dreams, those about daily activities, familiar places, or interactions with familiar people, are carrying valuable information. These types of dreams offer insights into how your subconscious processes your experiences, revealing your emotional relationships to certain people, situations, and even the ways in which you unconsciously organize your daily life. They show you the patterns that you're running in the background of your mind. These dreams may seem unimportant, but they are just as meaningful as the dramatic ones. They serve as vital communications that reveal the more subtle layers of your consciousness. The dreams that you immediately forget upon waking are particularly significant. These dreams are not lost or meaningless, they're just not remembered by your conscious mind. Your subconscious mind is constantly transmitting data, even if your conscious mind doesn't retain it. The lack of memory of these dreams does not mean that the information was not received or processed. In fact, the information is still entering your consciousness, and it is affecting you on a deeper level, even without your conscious awareness. The act of forgetting dreams is not a failure or a flaw in your recall ability. It's actually a protective mechanism. Your mind knows that you aren't yet ready to process the transmission consciously, and so it prevents you from becoming overwhelmed by prematurely trying to integrate information that your conscious mind is not prepared for. There was a time when you weren't ready to decode the dreams, and the forgetting of them was a form of protection. Now, however, the time has come. Conditions are right, and your ability to remember and decode your dreams is improving without any effort on your part. The periods in your life when you struggled to remember your dreams or couldn't seem to dream at all weren't truly dreamless. During these times, your subconscious was still transmitting, but your conscious mind was actively blocking reception. These periods usually occurred when you were fully immersed in the material world, living purely in the context of consensus reality, not questioning the paradigms of daily life. The blockage was necessary to maintain your investment in that reality. If you had been receiving these quantum transmissions at that time, the contradiction between the messages from your subconscious and the demands of your material life would have been too overwhelming to process. The purpose of the blockage was to allow you to fully explore the material plane before expanding beyond it. It was a crucial part of your development. Even when your dreams seemed purely entertaining or nonsensical, they were still communicating something valuable. Your subconscious often uses play, absurdity, humor, and fantasy as vehicles for transmitting important information that your rational mind would likely reject if presented too seriously. Take, for instance, a dream about flying purple elephants. While it might seem ridiculous or absurd, such a dream could encode real data about your consciousness expansion, your ability to perceive beyond ordinary reality. The absurdity of the dream serves as a way to bypass the filters of your rational mind so that the deeper transmission can reach you unimpeded. These absurd or playful dreams are often some of the most profound transmissions from your subconscious. They are symbolic representations of quantum-level information, higher-level insights, disguised as nonsense to avoid triggering your logical defenses. The purpose of these dreams is to allow you to absorb essential knowledge without the interference of your conscious mind's resistance to new ideas or concepts. At this point, as you engage with this new framework of understanding dream transmissions, something is shifting within your consciousness. You may already feel it, a subtle change in awareness, a growing sense that you're on the cusp of accessing a deeper dimension of yourself that you've always sensed but couldn't consciously tap into before. This isn't just imagination at play. This is a true recalibration of your perception and consciousness. You're starting to recognize that the channel through which your subconscious has been communicating with you has always been open. It's just that now you are finally tuning into it. Tonight, when you sleep, your dreams will be different. Not because the transmissions themselves have changed, but because your capacity to receive them has expanded. You've activated a new level of awareness, one that allows you to perceive more layers of meaning in your dreams. You will remember your dreams more vividly, and you'll begin to recognize the symbolic language used by your subconscious with greater clarity. The information was always there, but now you have the tools to decode it. Once you start decoding, a feedback loop will begin. The clearer your reception of the dreams, the stronger the transmissions will become. This leads to an exponential increase in the sophistication of the messages you receive, providing you with increasingly detailed insights into your consciousness and life path. As you enter this feedback loop, you will begin to see a remarkable shift in your life. Your dreams will become more coherent, and the information will become more actionable. This is not just about abstract messages or vague symbolism. It's about practical, tangible insights that can guide you through your daily life, relationships, career, and personal growth. The more you decode, the more you will uncover about your life's purpose and the specific steps you need to take to align with your highest potential. Right now, as you read this, you may be sensing a certain urgency. It's not just the content of this message, it's the energy behind it. Your subconscious has been trying to deliver a specific message to you for weeks or even months, broadcasting with increasing intensity. The symbols, the scenarios, and the recurring themes in your dreams are all variations of the same message, trying to break through the filters of your conscious mind. You've likely been sensing that something important is trying to reach you, but you've been unable to pinpoint exactly what it is or where it's coming from. That message is about to become clear. But here's the catch. The window for receiving this particular transmission is temporary. Your subconscious operates on a developmental timeline, and the information it delivers comes when your consciousness is ready to integrate it. Right now, you're in an optimal state to receive and process this information. If you delay engaging with the dream decoding process, your consciousness may shift focus to other developments, and the window for receiving this specific transmission will close. The information will still be available eventually, but the conditions that are ideal for receiving it won't return for an extended period. So here's the pivotal question. Are you ready to decode the message your subconscious has been trying to send you? Because once you decode it, you can't unknow it. The information will be clear, and it may require you to make decisions or changes you've been avoiding. It may reveal truths that you've been denying or help you confront aspects of yourself that you've been reluctant to face. But this is the moment you've been preparing for. The time has come to decode the transmissions, and in doing so, to unlock your true potential. To illustrate the power of these quantum messages, I'll share a personal experience that changed everything for me. About 3 years ago, I had a dream that was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. In the dream, I found myself in a vast library that seemed to stretch infinitely in all directions, not just horizontally, but in multiple dimensions. The books seemed to exist in multiple planes simultaneously, as if they transcended ordinary space and time. I was searching for a specific book, but I didn't know which one or why it was important. As I searched, I became aware that someone was watching me. When I turned, I saw myself, but an older version of myself, someone different, emanating a frequency I didn't recognize. This older version of me spoke 3 words: decode the transmissions. Then, the older me handed me a book filled with symbols I couldn't understand, geometric patterns, color sequences, and numerical arrangements that made no logical sense to me. I woke up with an overwhelming sense of certainty that I had received crucial information, but I had no idea what it meant or how to apply it. The dream haunted me for weeks, vivid and significant, yet completely opaque. I spent countless hours researching dream symbolism, diving into Jungian psychology, and exploring various frameworks for dream interpretation. But none of them resonated with me. They all felt superficial, missing the deeper essence of what dreams truly are. Then, one night, in a state between wakefulness and sleep, it finally clicked. I realized that I had been trying to interpret dreams using the logic of my waking consciousness, but dreams don't speak that language. They speak quantum language, symbolic, multidimensional, and operating through resonance rather than linear meaning. I shifted my approach. Instead of trying to figure out what each symbol meant, I simply held the symbols in my awareness without interpreting them. Meaning began to emerge naturally, not as logical thoughts or conclusions, but as direct knowing. In a matter of weeks, my dream recall exploded. I started receiving specific guidance, accurate predictions, and solutions to problems I had been struggling with for years. The most profound shift occurred when I realized that dreams weren't just messages from my subconscious to my conscious mind, they were two-way channels. I could now ask questions before sleep and receive answers in my dreams. I could request specific information and wake up with exactly what I needed. The relationship between my waking and dreaming consciousness transformed from passive reception to active collaboration. A year after that initial library dream, I had the dream again. This time, when the older version of myself handed me the book of symbols, I could read it. The symbols made perfect sense, not as language that can be translated word by word, but as direct transmissions of meaning that bypassed linguistic processing. The book contained a map of my consciousness evolution, showing me where I had been, where I was, and where I was headed. It revealed timelines that branched at key decision points, outlining potential futures that could manifest depending on the choices I made. The symbols indicated frequencies I needed to embody to actualize specific outcomes. This dream sparked my deep dive into quantum dreaming, a journey I've been on for the past 2 years. I learned to navigate dream states consciously and use dreams as a primary source of guidance for making life decisions. My waking life transformed as I began to live according to the insights revealed in my dreams, rather than according to the logic of consensus reality. Relationships shifted. My career evolved, and my entire life trajectory reorganized around what my dreams revealed to me about my true purpose. What I'm sharing with you now is not theoretical knowledge, it's the practical tools and insights I've gained from thousands of dream transmissions. These tools work because they are grounded in the actual mechanisms of how the subconscious communicates, not based on traditional interpretations that miss the deeper quantum nature of the messages. What you're about to learn will help you develop a direct relationship with your quantum consciousness, removing obstacles to natural abilities that have been dormant within you. Dreams are the primary access point to your quantum consciousness, and learning to decode their transmissions will open gateways to dimensions of yourself and reality that you've always sensed but couldn't consciously access. Once you begin to decode your dreams, you'll realize that they are not random or abstract. They are precision instruments, designed to help you navigate your life's purpose. Through this process, you will unlock your true potential and step into a life aligned with the wisdom of your subconscious. Symbols are not just abstract or superficial images that appear in our dreams. They are multidimensional, carrying meanings on multiple levels simultaneously. They point to truths too complex to be captured by linear language or straightforward description. When we attempt to interpret symbols in a literal sense, we often miss their true depth and purpose. Your subconscious isn't making things difficult by using symbols, it's actually employing the only language sophisticated enough to transmit quantum data. It speaks to you in a language that transcends the ordinary limits of logic and words, and understanding this language can transform the way you perceive and interact with your reality. In the world of dreams, symbols don't have fixed, universal meanings that can be looked up in a dream dictionary. They carry personal resonance unique to each individual, based on their life experiences, associations, and emotional connections. Take, for example, the symbol of water in a dream. While many interpret water as a symbol for emotions, the true meaning of water in your dream depends on your personal relationship with it. How have you experienced water in your life? What memories, emotions, and associations does water evoke for you? The meaning of the symbol emerges from your unique relationship with it, not from some universal symbolic interpretation. This is where traditional dream dictionaries fail. They attempt to assign fixed meanings to symbols, which can be helpful on a general level, but they overlook the fact that symbols are deeply personal. The same symbol, such as a snake, might carry vastly different meanings for two different people. For one, it could symbolize transformation or healing, while for another it could represent fear or danger. Decoding dreams isn't about looking up what a symbol means generally. It's about tuning into what that symbol means for you in the specific context of the dream you're having. So, how can we truly decode the messages in our dreams? The process begins the moment you wake up. Instead of immediately trying to figure out what your dream means, simply hold the primary images or feelings in your awareness. Don't rush to analyze them or apply a rigid interpretation. Instead, ask yourself questions like, what does this resonate with in my experience? What truth is this pointing toward? What am I being shown? Then wait. Don't force an interpretation to arise. Allow meaning to emerge naturally, often in the form of direct knowing rather than logical reasoning. Sometimes the insight may come to you immediately, while other times it will bubble up later in the day when you're not actively thinking about the dream. This process of allowing the meaning to emerge naturally is key to decoding dreams in a way that respects their quantum nature. One of the most revolutionary aspects of dream decoding is that the most important information in your dreams doesn't usually lie in dramatic events or obvious symbolism. It's often found in the subtle feelings, the atmosphere, and the emotional qualities that permeate the dream. For instance, you might dream about being in your childhood home, and while a typical interpretation might focus on the house or your childhood memories, the actual message is likely to be in the way you felt during the dream. Did you feel safe, or did you feel threatened? Were you free, or did you feel trapped? Did you feel at home, or were you alienated? The feelings are the message, not the specific scenario. The scenario serves only as a delivery mechanism, creating the context for you to experience that feeling so that your consciousness can examine it directly. This is why it's common to wake from a dream with a strong emotional residue but not remember the details. The emotional essence of the dream, the feeling that it left you with, is the true transmission from your subconscious. Even if you can't remember the specifics of the dream, the emotional message has still been received. If you wake up feeling anxious, even though you can't recall the dream, it's a signal that your subconscious has transmitted anxiety about something in your waking life. Similarly, if you wake up feeling peaceful or reassured without remembering the content of the dream, your subconscious has transmitted a message of comfort or encouragement. Another critical element of dream decoding is the recurring symbols and themes. These symbols are your subconscious's way of emphasizing certain messages, much like underlining or bold text in written communication. If a symbol keeps appearing in your dreams, it's not because your brain is stuck on a loop. It's because that symbol is carrying crucial information that you haven't fully decoded yet. The recurrence is a signal. This is important. Pay attention to this. When you encounter the same symbol across multiple dreams, your subconscious is trying to ensure that you recognize its significance and are making the effort to understand what it's communicating. The practice for developing your decoding capacity involves keeping a dream journal. But here's the key. Don't write analysis or interpretation. Instead, just record the raw content of the dream, what happened, how it felt, and what stood out. Over time, patterns will emerge naturally. You'll notice certain symbols cluster around specific life situations or emotional states. You'll begin to recognize the feeling signatures that correspond to different types of transmissions. For instance, dreams that have a certain emotional quality might represent messages from your subconscious about your relationships, while other dreams might point to insights about your career, personal growth, or spiritual path. This pattern recognition develops through repeated observation, not through intellectual interpretation. By consistently recording your dreams and their emotional content, you will develop an intuitive sense of which dreams are quantum messages and which are simply processing daily experiences. The key to decoding dreams lies in tuning into your subconscious's natural communication style, intuitive, symbolic, and emotionally resonant, rather than trying to force logical, intellectual interpretations. Recently, you may have noticed that your dreams have become more vivid, more emotionally intense, and more obviously meaningful. You might even be remembering multiple dreams per night when, in the past, you struggled to recall even one. This shift is not a coincidence. It's a sign that your subconscious is intensifying its broadcasts because it's trying to deliver an important transmission. Your consciousness is upgrading its reception capacity so that it can decode the incoming information more clearly. The clarity of your dream recall is improving because your system is getting ready to receive something crucial. You might also have noticed that you're waking up at specific times during the night, often between 3 and 4 a.m., or shortly after experiencing intense or vivid dreams. These wake-ups are not random disturbances in your sleep cycle. They are your subconscious deliberately pulling you into waking consciousness while the dream memory is still fresh. This timing is precise. Your subconscious knows the moment when dream memory can be retained without being lost to morning amnesia. It's a deliberate effort to ensure that you remember and can decode the message, while the dream state consciousness is still active enough to facilitate the decoding process. Another clue that something significant is happening is the clustering of certain symbols or themes in your dreams. Maybe a specific number keeps showing up, or a particular color dominates your dream imagery. Perhaps the same scenario plays out in variations, or a specific person appears in different contexts. This repetition isn't coincidental. It's your subconscious using concentrated repetition to ensure that you recognize something important is being communicated. The more frequently a symbol appears, the more urgent the message encoded within it. These symbols aren't random, they're specifically designed to grab your attention and communicate vital information. As the frequency of these symbols increases, you may also notice that your dreams are becoming more vivid and emotionally intense. They have a sense of significance that is unmistakable, even if you're not yet able to fully comprehend the message. This intensification is your subconscious increasing the strength of its signal to ensure that the message is received before the opportunity to decode it passes. The urgency you're feeling is not anxiety or imagination, it's your consciousness detecting that an important transmission is about to be delivered and that you need to be prepared to receive it. Furthermore, you might be experiencing increased synchronicities between your dreams and waking reality. You might dream about someone, and they contact you the same day. You might dream about a situation, and it manifests exactly as you saw it. These synchronicities are confirmations from your subconscious that it has direct access to quantum information. Your subconscious is demonstrating that the dreams it sends aren't just random. These are accurate data streams that offer insights into future events or hidden aspects of your reality that you wouldn't normally perceive. The feeling of anticipation or urgency you're experiencing is not a product of stress or uncertainty. It's a genuine perception of timing. Your subconscious operates within a developmental framework, delivering information when your consciousness is ready to integrate it. Right now, you're in an optimal state to receive this specific transmission. If you engage with the decoding process now, the information will guide you through decisions you're currently facing, help you avoid possible complications, and accelerate your evolution toward your highest potential. If you delay, the information will still be available to you, but the optimal timing for using it will have passed. If your conscious mind is resisting engagement with dream work, dismissing it as too strange, too uncertain, or too time-consuming, this resistance is exactly what the transmission is addressing. The transmission is revealing something your conscious mind doesn't want to acknowledge or change. It's showing you truths you've been avoiding or change you've been postponing. The resistance you feel proves the relevance of the message. If the transmission weren't important, you wouldn't feel this internal pushback against decoding it. This is your subconscious's way of pointing out that this message is vital and it's time for you to face it. To begin receiving and decoding these quantum transmissions, it's essential to establish alignment between your conscious and subconscious minds. This alignment requires surrender from your rational, waking mind. It involves learning to understand the symbolic, intuitive language that your subconscious naturally speaks, rather than trying to impose logical explanations on it. This process can be initiated by speaking directly to your subconscious before you sleep. You might say something like, "I'm ready to receive whatever you need to communicate. I'm listening. Show me what I need to know." This simple act of intention creates an opening. It signals your subconscious that you're willing to receive its messages. This acknowledgement will allow the transmissions to become clearer and more accessible. The more you engage with your dreams in this way, the more you will strengthen the channel between your waking consciousness and your deeper subconscious mind. And when you do this, you'll begin to notice that your reality starts to shift. Your decision-making will become easier, as you'll have access to information that goes beyond what your conscious mind can perceive. You'll be able to ask your subconscious for guidance before making decisions, and you'll receive clear answers in your dreams, revealing the probable outcomes of different paths you could take. As you continue this journey of decoding your dreams, you'll find that your relationship with your subconscious grows more dynamic and collaborative. You won't just be passively receiving information, you'll be actively communicating with your deeper self, using dreams as a meeting ground. This active collaboration will transform your life, helping you align more closely with your true purpose, guided by the wisdom of your subconscious. Problems that once seemed insurmountable are suddenly being solved, as if by magic. The answers that once eluded you, whether in technical issues, creative challenges, or personal dilemmas, are now flowing effortlessly, emerging out of the quiet depths of your mind. You struggle with a complex project, perhaps a creative endeavor, and before you fall asleep, you request assistance from your subconscious. The next morning, you awake with the problem solved, not just vaguely or abstractly, but with a complete solution, fully formed and ready for implementation. These aren't random flashes of insight. Your subconscious has accessed a vast field of quantum information where all knowledge exists as potential, waiting to be tapped. The information you need is out there, already available, and your subconscious knows exactly how to retrieve it. In the past, you may have stumbled through these challenges on your own, trying to come up with solutions through sheer willpower or relying on limited resources. Now, your connection to the quantum field has opened up new possibilities. Your subconscious can download answers from the infinite field where all potential solutions exist as pure probabilities. This means that not only are problems being solved with ease, but the solutions you find are more effective and precise than anything you could have come up with consciously. Moreover, the improvement in your relationships is striking. You've developed an uncanny ability to perceive the truth beneath the surface. You dream about someone, and in those dreams you receive information about what's really going on with them, information that they aren't consciously showing you. This isn't some form of psychic ability, rather, it's a natural extension of your ability to access quantum information through your dreams. You begin to sense when someone is trustworthy even before they prove it. You can tell when someone's intentions don't align with their actions, and you understand the dynamics of a relationship on a level that goes far beyond words or surface-level interactions. What's happening here isn't about reading people or relying on intuition in the traditional sense. It's quantum perception. Your dreams allow you to access the hidden layers of reality, those that aren't apparent to the material mind, and by doing so, you gain a much more accurate understanding of the world around you. These insights are not limited to personal relationships. They extend to every facet of your existence, giving you a deeper and more coherent perspective on reality itself. As you continue to align with your subconscious guidance through dreams, you begin to notice the multiplication of synchronicities in your life. Events align effortlessly. The right person shows up at the right time, opportunities present themselves with ease, and information flows through unexpected channels. The quantum field, which organizes all of reality, responds to your coherent consciousness. As you harmonize with this field through your dreams, you become a part of its intricate dance, where everything works together to create a seamless, synchronous flow of experiences. This synchronicity extends into the physical realm as well. Your physical health improves because your dreams act as an early warning system, alerting you to issues that have yet to manifest physically. Perhaps you dream about a specific area of your body, and when you wake up, you realize that it needs attention. Your subconscious is processing and healing at a quantum level before any symptoms appear in your physical body. Dreams offer an access point to frequencies of healing that the waking mind can't reach. They allow you to address emotional and energetic wounds at their root, preventing them from becoming physical ailments later on. Creativity, too, is expanding exponentially. You've likely experienced moments where you receive complete works or solutions in your dreams, whether it's a song fully composed, a story plotted out, or an invention designed in full. This isn't just coming from your personal consciousness, you're tapping into the infinite creative potential of the quantum field. As your connection to this field grows stronger through your dreams, your ability to channel this creative energy expands as well. You're not simply creating from the confines of your personal thoughts or experiences. You're drawing from the collective unconscious, where all possibilities exist as potential. The anxiety and fear that once plagued you begin to dissipate. No longer do you struggle with the uncertainty of making wrong decisions. You can now preview the outcomes of your choices through your dreams. The fear of making the wrong move, whether in life, relationships, or career, evaporates as you gain access to information that shows you the probable trajectories of your choices. This gives you confidence and clarity, enabling you to navigate life with ease, no longer burdened by doubt or fear of the unknown. As a result of this newfound clarity, your sense of purpose becomes crystal clear. Dreams begin to reveal your actual life trajectory, showing you what you are truly meant to pursue and what outcomes your choices are creating on a soul level. You no longer rely on external validation or the expectations of others. Instead, you follow the path revealed to you through your dreams, your authentic path, free from the distractions of societal norms and ego-driven desires. You are living in alignment with your true purpose, rather than the one that has been imposed upon you by outside influences. Many people spend decades wandering through life, unsure of their true purpose, because they are only listening to their waking consciousness, which is limited by the material world. But your subconscious knows. It has always known, and it has been broadcasting that knowledge to you every night through your dreams. By learning to decode your dreams, you begin to access the deeper layers of your consciousness, the parts that have been quietly guiding you all along, waiting for you to tune in and listen. Now, the final revelation that completes this framework and makes quantum dream communication a permanent part of your life. Your subconscious isn't just a separate entity from your waking mind. Your subconscious is you. It's the deeper, vaster, quantum-level you, an expanded dimension of your consciousness that your waking awareness has limited access to. The transmissions you've been receiving in your dreams aren't coming from some external source or even from a separate internal entity. They're coming from the greater dimensions of your own consciousness, which exist beyond the constraints of ordinary waking experience. This means that decoding your dreams isn't about interpreting messages from something outside yourself. It's about learning to recognize and integrate information from parts of yourself that exist at frequencies your normal waking consciousness can't access directly. Your dreams aren't mysterious signals from a foreign source. They are the reflections of what your quantum-level consciousness already knows, perceives, and understands information that your waking mind has not yet been able to process because it doesn't fit into the logical, linear framework of everyday life. The symbolic language of dreams isn't your subconscious being cryptic or poetic. It's the only language that can bridge the gap between quantum consciousness and material consciousness. Quantum reality operates in superposition, probability, and multidimensionality, whereas material consciousness operates in binary, certainty, and the three-dimensional space. Symbols serve as the interface between these two vastly different ways of experiencing reality. They hold multiple meanings simultaneously, quantum in nature, yet appear as single, static images in the material world. Symbols are the translators that allow information to move across these different levels of consciousness. This understanding transforms everything about how you approach dreams. You're no longer trying to figure out what some mysterious subconscious entity is telling you. Instead, you're learning to access what you already know at the quantum level, but haven't been able to bring into waking consciousness. Your dreams are simply the bridge that allows this deeper knowledge to surface. They're not messages from an external source, but the expression of your own higher consciousness in a form that can be experienced by your waking mind. Waking life and dreaming life are both manifestations of the same underlying consciousness. The distinction between the two is artificial, created by the limitations of our material perception. In reality, both realms are expressions of the same quantum consciousness, exploring itself through different mediums. When you learn to decode your dreams, you are essentially learning to decode the entire fabric of your waking life as well. You begin to see reality as a series of symbols, just like your dreams, and you learn to interpret them with the same intuitive understanding that you use in the dream state. The practice of decoding dreams is not just about understanding the symbols within the dream itself. It's about recognizing that every part of your life, every experience, every encounter is a dreamlike symbol that your consciousness is using to explore itself. Your waking reality becomes another layer of the dream, just as meaningful and significant as the sleep dreams you experience each night. The key is to stop viewing your waking life as real and your dreams as unreal, and to recognize that both are valid and equally important expressions of your consciousness. Once you stabilize this recognition, the distinction between waking and dreaming starts to dissolve. You begin to understand that you're always dreaming. Sometimes the dream is expressed in the material world through the symbols of waking life, and sometimes it's expressed in the more abstract symbolic language of sleep dreams. In both cases, it is all your quantum consciousness exploring itself through every experience, every perception, and every symbol. Learning to decode dreams gives you the ability to decode waking life as well. When you see a symbol in your waking life, you can begin to interpret it with the same intuitive understanding you use in your dreams. This recognition allows you to navigate life with a deeper awareness of the quantum currents running beneath the surface. You can make decisions with the confidence that you're accessing not just your rational mind, but the deeper quantum intelligence that guides you. Ultimately, the practice of decoding dreams isn't just about personal evolution. It's about connecting with the collective consciousness of humanity. As more individuals begin to decode their dreams and access the quantum wisdom that lies within, they contribute to the collective shift in consciousness. Every time someone decodes their dreams, they strengthen the morphic field that makes quantum dream access easier for others. The more individuals align with their subconscious guidance through dreams, the more integrated and whole the collective consciousness becomes. Your dream transmissions are not just about your own personal evolution. They often contain information relevant to global shifts happening in the collective. You might dream of earth changes, paradigm shifts, or collective transitions affecting humanity as a whole. These aren't apocalyptic visions or personal anxieties. They are quantum-level insights into collective trajectories, providing guidance for what lies ahead. As you decode these transmissions, you prepare yourself and others for the changes that are coming, helping to navigate the global shifts with greater ease. In some cases, your dreams might even provide information meant for someone else in your life, You might dream of a specific message or symbol and feel strongly that it's meant for a particular person. When you share it with them, they recognize it immediately as an answer to something they've been seeking or a confirmation of something they needed to hear. In this way, your consciousness acts as a bridge, channeling quantum information meant for others, and facilitating connections that transcend the limitations of time, space, and waking relationships. Imagine waking up one morning with a sense that your dreams were not just fleeting images or random fragments of your imagination, but that you actually met someone in your dreams, someone you recognized consciously, with whom you interacted on a deep, spiritual level. This isn't symbolic or abstract. It's the experience of consciousness communicating with consciousness. You didn't just dream of this person, you encountered them, and perhaps even more fascinating, they were aware of you, and the two of you were both conscious of the meeting in the dream state. This experience isn't as rare as it seems. Many people report shared dreams, where two people dream the same scenario from different perspectives, confirming that the meeting wasn't a figment of imagination, but an actual interaction in the quantum realm. Here, consciousness isn't bound by the limitations of physical separation. Instead, it transcends the physical boundaries, merging in the dream state where anything is possible, and where time, space, and physicality cease to exist in their conventional forms. As you begin to recognize and explore this idea, you may find that your own dreams start to reveal these types of shared experiences. It could be a conversation with someone you haven't seen in years, or a profound encounter with someone you've never met. Yet both of you recall the same dream in striking detail. These instances point to the existence of a deeper connection between individuals, not just through physical interactions, but through the quantum realm, where consciousness interacts beyond the material world. However, while the experience of shared dreams and deep quantum interactions in dreams is profound, it's important to realize that not everyone is ready to take dreams seriously or engage with them in this manner. There is a divide in how people perceive dreams. Those who are still heavily identified with the material world may dismiss dreams as meaningless, nothing more than random firings of the brain during sleep. They don't see the deeper layers of communication at play. For them, dreams are purely physiological phenomena, not conscious transmissions from the quantum field. On the other hand, people who are beginning to question the consensus paradigm, their beliefs about reality, the material world, and the limitations of what they can perceive, might find themselves intrigued but skeptical. They might sense that there's more to dreams than meets the eye, but they haven't fully connected the dots yet. Then there are those whose consciousness has already begun to vibrate at higher, more subtle frequencies, those who have already begun their journey into quantum perception. These individuals will recognize the truth of the information being shared immediately, and will be grateful for the confirmation that their own dream experiences are valid, important, and profound. As you navigate this journey of discovering the power of quantum dream work, it's important to share what you've learned without attachment to how others receive it. Remember, consciousness awakens to the quantum dimensions according to its own timing. You might find that some people are ready to explore this new understanding of dreams and consciousness, while others aren't. It's important to offer the framework for understanding dreams, but without the need for external validation. Trust that those who are ready to comprehend this deeper level of reality will resonate with it, and those who aren't will continue on their path in their own time. The work you're embarking on is personal, yet it's also part of a greater collective shift. In the next stages of this journey, we will explore advanced quantum dreaming techniques that allow you to consciously program specific dreams, communicate lucidly with your quantum consciousness, and explore alternate timelines and parallel realities. These techniques go beyond merely decoding the messages your subconscious sends. They allow you to actively shape your dream state, to ask questions before sleep and receive answers that help resolve issues, explore possibilities, and navigate life's challenges. But before we dive into these advanced techniques, it's important to first establish your commitment to quantum dream work. You can begin by making a declaration to yourself and to your subconscious. I remember my dreams, I decode the transmissions, I trust the quantum guidance. This declaration is a powerful statement that activates your dream recall, signaling to your subconscious that you are paying attention and that you are committed to working consciously with your dream. It establishes a clear intention to approach your dreams as valuable sources of information rather than dismissing them as irrelevant or fleeting experiences. When you write these words, you're not just making a simple statement. You're programming your consciousness to prioritize dream communication. Your subconscious has been waiting for this acknowledgement. It has been broadcasting its transmissions to you since birth. But it couldn't get through because your conscious attention was focused elsewhere. This simple acknowledgement opens the channel that has been trying to broadcast to you for your entire life. You are now ready to receive and decode what has been hidden in plain sight all along. As you prepare for your next sleep cycle, speak directly to your quantum consciousness. I'm ready to receive. Show me what I need to know. I'm listening, and I'm paying attention. I'm committed to understanding what you're communicating. This declaration of intent is a powerful signal to your subconscious that you are prepared to engage with it on a deeper level. It marks the beginning of your active participation in the quantum dreaming process. When you wake up in the morning, stay in that liminal space between sleep and waking consciousness. In these few precious moments before fully waking, your dream memory is most accessible. Don't rush to analyze or interpret the dream. Instead, simply observe what comes through. Take note of the symbols, feelings, scenarios, and messages you received. Even if they seem meaningless or difficult to understand at first, write them down immediately. The act of recording the dream content is a crucial step in proving to your subconscious that you are taking its messages seriously. The more you record and engage with your dreams, the stronger the future transmissions will become. Over the weeks and months to come, patterns will begin to emerge. You'll start to notice certain symbols consistently appear during specific life situations or in relation to certain emotions. You will recognize feeling signatures associated with different types of transmissions, allowing you to intuitively sense which dreams are guiding you toward meaningful insights and which are simply processing your day-to-day experiences. This skill of pattern recognition builds over time through consistent practice and attention. As you continue to work with your dreams in this way, you will discover that your decoding capacity expands. You will begin to trust that even if a dream's meaning isn't immediately obvious, it will eventually emerge. Quantum intelligence is available to you every single night through your dreams, offering guidance, solutions, and healing more sophisticated than any technology or external source could provide. This intelligence is a vast, all-encompassing resource, and it's accessible to you each time you sleep if you are willing to engage with it consciously. The most profound shift comes when you fully realize the power of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious is more than just a repository for your thoughts, memories, and emotions. It is a vast, intelligent network that is always connected to the quantum field, the source of all knowledge, creativity, and guidance. Your subconscious can access solutions to problems before they even manifest in your waking life. It has the ability to heal emotional and physical wounds at a quantum level before they turn into tangible symptoms. Most people, however, completely ignore this resource, not realizing that the answers they seek are right there, accessible every single night. When you begin to trust your dreams and learn to decode their messages, you unlock a guidance system more sophisticated than anything in the material world. You have access to a healing capacity more powerful than any medicine, and a creative force more expansive than anything that can be achieved in the waking world. And the best part? It's available to you every single night. For most of your life, your dreams may have been something you took for granted, just random thoughts or images that had no real meaning. But when you begin to treat them seriously, everything changes. You will start receiving guidance and information that not only helps you navigate your personal challenges, but also helps you understand and navigate the larger, more expansive universe of quantum consciousness. As you begin this journey, you'll notice that things in your waking life start to shift. You'll find yourself making decisions with greater confidence, no longer struggling with uncertainty or fear. The answers to your most pressing questions will arrive in your dreams, often with precision and clarity that you never thought possible. You'll begin to live in harmony with the larger quantum forces that govern your life, moving with the flow of universal intelligence rather than against it. In time, you'll realize that your dreams are not just a way to access personal guidance, they are a way to connect to the collective consciousness. Every time you decode a dream and follow the guidance it provides, you're not just benefiting yourself. You're contributing to the collective field, expanding your ability to access and interpret quantum information and helping others to do the same. As more people engage with their quantum dreams, the collective consciousness shifts, becoming more integrated and whole. Your personal journey is not just a path toward self-discovery, it is also a path toward global transformation. When you engage consciously with your dreams, you open the gateway to a whole new world of quantum perception. You begin to see the world as it truly is, a dynamic, interconnected web of consciousness, where everything is possible and everything is connected. The quantum field isn't some distant abstract idea, it's here, within you, guiding you, showing you the way. So, as you continue on this journey, remember that you're not just decoding symbols or trying to interpret dreams. You are engaging with the deepest part of yourself, the quantum self that knows everything, sees everything, and understands everything. When you decode your dreams, you're accessing that deeper knowledge and using it to guide your waking life. Your subconscious has been waiting for this moment when you would finally begin to listen. And now, with your declaration of intent and your commitment to dream work, you are opening the door to a new dimension of understanding and perception. Tonight, as you fall asleep, remember, I remember my dreams. I decode the transmissions. I trust the quantum guidance. Keep listening and pay attention to the messages that come through. Your quantum consciousness has much to show you, and the more you engage with it, the more your life will transform. Sleep well, dream deeply, and trust the guidance that is coming to you. The transmission continues tonight, and with it, everything is about to change.